Hi everyone! I'm Claris, I'm an indie author and poet, and welcome back to my channel! I hope that all of you have been reading well. Today is a bit of a different video because I recently attended the Storytellers Marketing Mastery Summit run by the Storytellers Foundation, and I thought that I would film this video as kind of a nice recap of how it went because this is the first summit that they've ever kind of hosted that I've been able to attend, and so I thought it'd be fun to share my experiences with all of you fellow writers out there. Before I get into describing how the experience went, I should probably give a bit of context as of how I got in, because the Storytellers Marketing Mastery Summit, it is a paid event. I typically don't get to attend many of these paid writing conferences throughout the year. However, I was able to get free entry into this because I have been volunteering with them as a software beta tester for their new app, Storyrise, which has recently been made public. As of this recording, I'm literally recording this a day after the summit has ended, so it should be more than safe enough for me to tell everyone now. And before anyone asks, Claris, are you just endorsing the Storytellers Shelf because as you're volunteering with them and you somehow have to give some testimony? The answer is no, they did not ask me to make this video. I am just purely making this out of my own will and my own enthusiasm because I really enjoyed working with them and also really enjoyed being able to attend the summit itself. If you're wondering about how my experiences were with working with the app, I would be happy to talk about more of its features in another video. For today's video, I'll just be focusing on the summit itself. So the summit was split across 3 days. So we had, on the first day, June 12th, we had the keynote speech, as well as everybody just kind of going through what the agenda would be for the rest of the entire summit, which was fine. I found that it was really nice to have like the opening keynote talk on the first day, as well as just kind of setting down the expectations for what to expect for the rest of the time. The second day, June 13th, was where all of the webinars basically were, so that was a much longer day compared to the first day. And after all of the main sessions took place, we also had a bit of a Q&A session. Unfortunately, I could not be there to attend that Q&A session, but I heard that there were some really good insights given based on what other participants have told me about. And then finally, on the 14th, day 3, was basically a time to network and talk with other writers. So we were all put into breakout rooms and we had to talk with each other about like how our writing journeys were, what challenges we're facing, what has been the highlight of our summit so far, etc., etc. And then finally we had the tech demo for Storyrise, the writing app, that same day. I would say that going back through all 3 days, I would say that the third day was my favorite, mainly because that was a good time for me to actually socialize and talk to fellow writers. I really enjoyed that part. And I also enjoyed finally being able to see what the Storyrise tech demo looked like in front of everyone, because before then I had just been beta testing, so I knew things behind the scenes of how it was being developed and what the direction was going with it, but I didn't know how the trailer for the demo would look like. I didn't exactly know things like how they would entirely present the tech demo, so seeing all of that come together in the end was really fun. I also really enjoyed the sessions from the second day. Unfortunately, I did not get to attend all of them. So out of all of them, there were about 6 sessions in total, and I managed to attend about 4 of them. I would say technically I attended 5, but I came in for the last parts of one of them, and so I missed the main actual lectures section of that one, so I'll have to look up replays later. The other one that I did miss was Instagram 101, which I heard was very, very good from all the other participants. Unfortunately, I just could not be there at the time to sit in on it, but I will be looking forward to the replays when they come out later. However, I really did enjoy the 4 that I did manage to fully attend, which were creating a digital footprint, which was the keynote speech by Maria Dismondi, Publicity 101 by Jennifer Vance, which was the one that kicked off day 2, the Conference Toolbox by K. Mark Charles, Building Connections with Readers in Schools by Paola Santos, and The Debut Year by Stan Yan. To any of you speakers watching this, I am so sorry if I mispronounced your names. I did my best, I promise. Some other things I noticed about the conference was that the attendance was pretty small. Like, I think this might have been the smallest amount of attendance that I've ever seen for a writing conference or writing summit, because there were about maybe 15 or 16 of us attending at most. And I know that this is a paid conference, so already I guessed that there would be far less people than there would be at a free writing summit or conference, and which in that case, yeah, that makes sense. But I did not expect the attendance to be this small. However, though the attendance was such a small group of people, that also made it really easy for both networking and also knowing that the enthusiasm of everyone attending was definitely really high, actually. For networking, it was really easy to talk to people because we had such a small group, so it was easy for us to kind of listen to each other, to communicate with each other more clearly than it would be if you were in a giant crowd of people trying to talk over everybody else. As for the actual enthusiasm of everyone attending, I really thought that everyone was really open, everyone was really receptive to what we learned throughout the sessions. Everybody just asked such thoughtful questions, and I was really impressed by how well everyone was participating. Like, the engagement level was so great, because it's so possible in other conferences that I've been to that there are some people that are just kind of there just because they have to be there or they feel like they need to be there, but they don't really glean anything useful because they don't really ask questions or ask for more details on specific concepts presented to them throughout sessions and lectures. But the engagement level of this audience for this specific summit, it was really, really well done, and I really am happy to see everyone so engaged and so excited. We had people that were super experienced in publishing. We had people that were just putting out their debut book this year, which is amazing. And it was so cool to have such a wide range of people in the writing and publishing industry, despite the fact that we had such a small amount of people overall. And I think that, hopefully, I hope, that if the Storytellers Shelf gives a repeat of this summit next year, that there will be more people participating, and that would be so awesome. I guess the one question that you might be wondering now is, would I attend this event again? And it kind of really depends, firstly, on timing. For starters, I was very lucky that I did have the time to attend this event, and yes, it did help that I could attend for free, given that I was a volunteer with the organization. However, I think that if it were to be a paid event, and still next year, and of course it probably will be, I would definitely be open to attending again if I am firstly capable of showing up to begin with. I don't know what my schedule looks like 1 year into the future. I don't plan that far in advance when it comes to attending writing conferences, so it really depends on timing. But I do think that based on what I've learned from this year's conference, if they keep up this same quality or make it even better next year, then I would definitely consider going back at least, because that was so much fun. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this kind of writing conference recap style of videos, I would be happy to film more of these, so let me know in the comments below or leave a like wherever the like button is. And if you would like more videos like this, or you want to see some of my own writing advice videos, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see all of you guys next time. Bye!